So today we'll start in child's pose. So big toes touching, knees can either be as wide as your mat or you can bring them close together. And then stretch the fingertips long, forehead melts towards the earth. At the same time, as you reach your fingertips forward, see if you can also bring your seat closer to your heels. So maybe pushing a little bit deeper into the forearms and the palms of your hands for traction. Maybe the seat doesn't touch the heels, that's okay, but just imagine getting it closer there. And then allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale through the nose. Deep breath in. And then deep breath out. Inhale, slowly walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. You get to choose as far as you would like to go to the right to pick the intensity of the stretch on the left side body. Maybe place left palm on top of right. And continue to fill the lungs as you inhale. And empty as you exhale. Staying low, walk your hands through center. Take your hands over to the left side of your mat. Option to place right palm on top of left and feel the side stretch in the right side body. Fill up with breath here. Make space in the right rib cage. And then let it go. Staying low, walk your hands back to center and then begin to crawl forward, moving into cobra pose. So laying onto your belly, your palms come underneath your shoulders, forehead rests to the mat. On your inhale, push through the palms, lift torso and forehead up off the mat. Maybe gaze up and then exhale, lower. Inhale, rise for cobra, pushing hip points down into the mat. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. And exhale, lower. Pushing up into tabletop position, stack shoulders on top of wrists, hips on top of knees. And then option to tuck your toes here. We'll go through cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze up, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, eyes to thighs. Inhale for cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, move the tailbone first. Head is the last to lift, cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone first. Head is the last to round for cat. Inhale, coming to neutral spine, tabletop position. Tuck your toes if they weren't already, and then send your hips back and up for downward facing dog. Find your position here. Fingers are spread wide. All surface area of the hands and fingers are in contact with the mat, pushing firmly. See if you can tilt your tailbone and lift it a little bit higher. Inhale, lift your heels, coming up to your tippy toes. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees, lift the heels, gaze at the top of your mat, and step or hop forward. Heel toe your feet out wider than hips distance apart, and then grab elbow to elbow. Generous bend in the knees, finding ragdoll here. Just let everything go. Torso rests against the thighs. And your head reaches down towards the mat. Maybe sway from side to side, or option to stay in stillness. Any tension in your neck, you can nod your head yes. Nod your head no. And then from here, allow your hands to release. If you were holding onto your biceps, fingers graze the mat. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back, and exhale, fold. You can heel toe your feet back towards each other, hips distance apart, bend the knees, and then sweep the arms up as you come into your high mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we're actually going to go ahead and sit down. We're going to start with core work for today. So you'll sit on your floor, sit on the mat, bend your knees. We're moving into boat pose or Navasana. Everybody's favorite is core work. So let's get it out of the way, and then you're done for the practice. So you're going to round back, kind of balancing on your tailbone here. And you can keep your hands clasping behind your thighs if you like, and then reach your feet up, bringing your feet together. Your shins and legs are together in a parallel with your mat or the ceiling here. And then option to release, or you can keep your hands clasping the thighs. You can release the hands out wide. You can reach your arms up high. So whatever variation here, you're just engaging the core, trying to keep a V shape in your body. So the legs can be bent. For more challenge, you can extend the legs long. Toes are pointed, making a V shape here. So whatever variation you pick, try not to cave forward here. Try to keep a long spine, long straight spine. And just keep breathing here, holding your boat pose. And then we're gonna start to move into low boat pose. So as we lower down, our feet and our shoulders come towards the mat and hover, and then lift back up to high boat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more times, moving with your breath. You got it. Core is engaged. Don't hold your breath. And then on your last round, we'll stay in low boat. Turn your toes out so your heels are touching. Your hands are reaching towards your feet. And then just open and close your heels, tapping your heels together. Open, close, open, close. Tap, 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 tap. Keep it going. Few more. And release. You can lower everything down to the mat. Stretch out long if you like. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Make your way there. In breath. Out breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, finding chair pose. Utkatasana. Engage the inner thighs. So squeeze together. Tuck your tailbone under. Release any tension in your shoulders. Inhale. On your exhale, bring hands to heart center and twist to your right. So left elbow comes to the outside of right knee. Push the palms of the hands together so your elbows are stacked, opening through the heart center here. Length through the spine. And then option to stay here or play with your balance into flamingo pose. So find your drishti, find a spot to focus on that doesn't move. Weight goes into the right foot, and then slowly lift the left foot, bringing it in towards your seat like a flamingo. Inhale. Exhale, send the left leg long behind you, coming into a lunge twist. It's okay if you wobble on your way there. So inhale here, deepen in the right knee. Your knee is stacked on top of the right ankle. Inhale, come out of your twist, rise for high crescent lunge, arms reach. Breathe here, relax the shoulders. You're on the ball of your left foot. And then pivot the left foot, straighten the right leg, finding pyramid pose. So hands come down to frame the right foot, and then allow your torso to drape over right shin. You can decrease the space between the feet here if you need to. And then just feel the stretch in the right hamstring. Breathe into it. Always the option to place blocks underneath your hands to bring the earth closer to you. One more breath, stay for the exhale. And then we'll bring hands down to frame the right foot, send right foot back to meet the left into a high plank, and then option to flow through a vinyasa here. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, chair. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, this time twisting to your left. So right elbow comes to the outside of left knee. Open through the chest. Elbows stacked one on top of the other. Tuck the tailbone under. Breathe here. Option to plant your weight into left foot and then bring right foot towards your seat for flamingo. Find your balance and slowly with grace, right foot lands behind for twisted lunge. Breathe here. And breathe out. Next, inhale, unwind. Hands come high towards the ceiling for crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Pivot the right foot, coming into pyramid pose. Hands frame the left foot. And then drape over left shin. Pull left hip back into midline if you notice that it's kind of moving over to the left. Breathe here. Breathe out. Hands come down to frame the left foot. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Flow through your vinyasa. So moving into the same flow, we're going to add on a little bit from here, from your downward facing dog. Step forward to the top of your mat. Inhale for chair. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside right knee. Option to stay here or option to play with side crow, what we talked about earlier. So I like to heel toe my feet off to the left edge of my mat so I have space on my right side. Keeping the deep twist. Bring your hands down to the floor, shoulders distance apart. Fingers spread wide, pointing forward. And then begin to bend at the elbows so that right hip lands on right elbow and the knee packet lands on left elbow. So you start to shift your weight forward. And then maybe you're able to lift your toes off the floor and balance on your triceps. So your head is down low and your knees are higher. So maybe you find your balance, or maybe you move against the wall like we talked about. So left side comes towards the wall. Same thing, hands come to the right side of you with the fingers pointing forward. And you do the same thing, so you start to bend your elbows to balance your hip and your knees there. But now you can use the wall to walk your feet and use that for balance into your side crow. So play with that if you feel safe and you can do that. I have no idea what's happening on the other end, so I hope you guys are having fun with it. And then whenever you can safely make your way out of it, we'll come back to our chair twist and find our flamingo. So left foot comes up towards our seat, and then extend it long for your lunge twist. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, lift for crescent lunge. And then exhale, find your pyramid. Folding over the right shin here. Finding that nice deep stretch. And then option to come into revolved triangle here. So left hand down, right hand up. Both legs are straight, twisting open to your right. Breathe here. And then flow through a vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, heels lift, knees bend, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale for chair. Same thing, other side. Breathe in here. Exhale, twist to the left. Hands in heart center. Elbows stacked. Option to stay here or play with your side crow on the other side. So you can try it against your mat, try it against a wall, or stay in your chair twist. Maybe you choose to go into child's pose. These are just options that I offer you, not obligations. Left side is always a little bit harder for me than the right. Also an option to use your blocks if you have them at home. You could stack one on top of the other and use that as a support underneath your shoulders. Wherever you are, Safely find your way out of it, coming back into your chair twist. And then this time flamingo on the right. So right foot lifts towards your seat and then gracefully goes towards the back of your mat for lunge twist. Inhale for high lunge. Exhale for pyramid. Option to stay here. Or inhale, find your revolved triangle. Right hand plants, left hand reaches, twisting open to the left. Your legs are straight as they can be, but there may be a bend in the knee. And then option to flow through a vinyasa or meet us in child's pose. We'll do one full round of breath in child's pose. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Rising to tabletop. We'll sit on our behinds. And let's extend the left leg long and cross the right foot over the left knee. Plant the right hand behind your hip. Inhale, lift left arm high, and then exhale, we'll twist to the right. So left elbow outside right knee, left foot is flexed. Inhale, get longer through the spine. And exhale, maybe find 1 millimeter more in your twist. And then on our next exhale, we'll twist to the other side. So keep the legs as they are. And then we'll just bring our right tricep towards the right inner knee and twist towards your left. Inhale, come back to center, switching to the other side. Left foot crosses over right knee, right foot is flexed. Left hand behind, right hand up. Inhale, exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, find length. And exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. We'll twist to the other side. Legs stay as they are. And we'll just gaze over right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Extend both legs long. Feet are flexed. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. And then on your exhale, hinge forward, rounding when you need to. Finding your forward fold here. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins. Bring soles of the feet towards the mat. And then reach the arms forward. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, begin to unwind towards your mat. Head is the last to touch. And then we'll walk our heels in closer to our feet, our seat, moving into bridge pose. So hands come to the sides of the body. Inhale, lift your hips up high. Knees zip in towards one another. Relax the glutes. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift your hips up high. Maybe see if you can roll the shoulders underneath. Get a little bit more lift in the chest here. And then to come out of it, we'll lift our heels, coming up to our tippy toes, and then lower down one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone is the last to touch. Release the heels. Find your pose of choice for Shavasana. So option to extend out long, maybe find the shape of a star. You're not confined to the space of your mat. You're in the comfort. Most of us are in the comfort of our own home. So if you want to spread out and take up some floor space, that might be more comfortable. Option to bring the soles of the feet together into Supta Baddha Konasana, or bound angle. Or if you have any lower back sensitivities, maybe bringing the soles of the feet to the same width as your mat, and then allow the knees to knock together. Just listen to your body and do what feels good. Your eyes can remain closed. Let go of control of the breath. And we'll bring our attention to our forehead. Release any wrinkles or any furrow in the forehead here. Bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows and soften all the muscles surrounding your eyes, your eyelids. See if you can release. Your cheeks, jaw, tongue. Soften. Neck, shoulders, upper back. Release. Middle back, chest, biceps. Soften. Elbows, belly, low back. Soften. Hips, forearms, hands, all 10 fingers. Relax. Thighs, glutes, hamstrings. Soften. Knees, calves, shins. Relax. Ankles, tops of feet, sides of feet, bottoms of feet. Relax. All 10 toes. Soften. And your whole body is relaxed. Shavasana. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you like or as you're able. If you're ready to begin to invite small movement into your body, start by wiggling the fingers and toes. Maybe circle out the wrists and the ankles. Inhale, take a big long stretch. Make the longest version of yourself. Take up space. Open the mouth, let it go. Bring your hands to heart center, a symbol of gratitude. Thank yourself for showing up for practice today. Say something nice to yourself. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you for coming. Namaste.